Good morning, you guys. It's the Cargo Van Handyman. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Please like and subscribe. So, getting into it, I want to talk about what I love about being self-employed. I've been self-employed for the last couple of years. I've had my ups and my downs, definitely within those last couple of years. But for the most part, this is what I love about being self-employed. One of them being just having control over my destiny. Just not worried about getting fired, that awkward feeling knowing you're going to get fired eventually, or just knowing that you might get laid off, or if the company's not doing well, you might lose your livelihood. That's always bothered me, because you'll help build a company up, and they'll fire you, and it sucks, bro. It really does suck. And not only that, but knowing that you can control so much of your life, so much of your life you can control by owning your own business, because you're able to do things that other people can't. From top to bottom, just having the control over my destiny, over my life, is the number one thing. It's the number one pro for me as being self-employed. And for some people it might be scary. Some people, might be scared to take that leap and just put everything in their own hands. But for someone like me, especially after being tied up in corporate America for so long, you're just like, man, you know what, man, if I'm gonna put all this energy into a company, I put that into myself, man, and let's see what comes out of it. I can live with the results, whether I sink or swim. You know what I mean? I can live with the results, but I'm gonna take that jump. I don't even care. I'm taking that jump. The second thing that I love about being self-employed is controlling my income, my money. When you sit there, and again, to each his own, but when you sit there and you're worried about a paycheck, like you're worried about what your boss or your employer is going to pay you, like what that paycheck is going to look like every single week, or bi-weekly if you get paid bi-weekly. It could be stressful, like you're expecting an amount, and then after deductions or this or that, it starts eating at it, and you start really questioning how much did you really make. Not only that, but there's always that awkward feeling when you go and ask for a raise, right? You go up to your boss and say, hey, am I going to be up for a raise anytime soon? They start looking at you crazy sometimes. Sometimes you ask for a raise and employers get so sneaky. They try to replace you, they'll hire a replacement at a lower wage than what you're getting paid, or even a higher wage. It's kind of weird. They'll hire somebody who's getting paid more than you and have you train that person to replace you when it could just gave you a raise. It starts getting weird, when you ask for a raise sometimes. Been there, done that. Have my employer hire somebody behind my back and try to have me train him, and he was paying him more than me, and had me train him to replace me when I asked for a raise for what he's getting paid when he could just gave me a raise. That would have been that. We could have saved so much trouble. But hey, it gets weird like that, asking for a raise. But what I love about being self-employed is that I control that. If I want to make more money, I make more money. I grind, I get out there, and I go hustle, and I go get that money. That's number two that I love so much about being self-employed. I feel so much more comfortable knowing, hey, you know what, today I want to make $800. I market, I throw money out there, I market, I get some leads coming in, I close out my own deals. I go out there, I do a job, I do the best job, I get reviews, I get referrals, I up my money, I drop my expenses, and I'm good. You know what I mean? I know how to make more money. That's straight. But when you're working for a job and you have an employer, they control how much money you make. And then the craziest part about that is you will spend 10 hours a day at the job, and and you get overtime, and then when you get overtime, you get taxed on overtime too. And it's like, damn, you're really limited by your time in so many ways, to the point where you're really capped on how much money you could potentially make in your lifetime being employed. Again, not to knock anybody who does it, because stability is most important, and being broke is lame. At the end of the day, being broke is lame. Just make money however, and you're good. And then the last thing I love about being self-employed is whatever I'm building is mine. It's like, I look at it this way, right? It's like buying a home and renting a home. You'll rent a home out, you'll do the lawn, you'll paint the walls, you maintain, you upkeep everything, and then the whole time you're doing all that, you're just adding equity to somebody else's home, and then when you can kick you out whenever they want, or they want to move on from you or sell the house, they can do whatever they want. You know, you're building equity for them, not for yourself. And the way I see it, I'm building my own house. You know, all the equity that comes out of it is mine. So I know that everything that I'm doing is for me. I have equity in my own company. If I want to sell my business, I can sell my business. The branding is my own branding. Everything that I'm building is mine. It's mine to keep. It's my legacy. It's mine. So, and it's my name on it. And I love that, you know, because I don't have to sit out there and feel like one day I have to, or one day they sell their company, or one day you do this, or they do whatever they want with their company, and I have no say so in it, you know. Like I can't do it. I could sat out there and built them, brought them from the bottom all the way up. I could be the #1 employee, but at the end of the day, they take all the credit. You know, they take all the perks that come with it, all that. That's all theirs, and I have no stake in it. I'm just an employee. I'm number 0006 in the lineup. But anyways, that's it for part 1 of my video. If you like the video, and the content I'm putting out, please actually like the video. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell, all that. And today I was actually trying to go live and show you guys my day, and they said I need 50 subscribers. So please help me get to 50 subscribers. If you're watching this video, get me there, because I'm trying to go live. I'm trying to show you guys some stuff, and they're not letting me do it unless I hit 50 subscribers. So I appreciate you guys. Peace. I'm out. Enjoy your day, you guys, if I don't upload again for the rest of today. But peace.